Let me enter the node. So now we will see what is node and what is npm. So node.js is a JavaScript framework or a library to run JavaScript on the server. So Node.js is a JavaScript based library. So it is syntax is same as JavaScript, and it allows you to run the JavaScript on the server using callback function. So what is the callback function? Callback function is a call, callback function is a function that is called when a particular event that is registered in Node.js occurs. An event can be a click event, a mouse over event, and so on. So when the event is triggered, the input is passed to the callback function, and the processing of the next statement continues. So when the callback function is completed, it may or may not have a return value, and it tells the event the data. Sorry, not tell, sends is the word. So now again we will just go to the concepts. So in the first concept we see that Node.js is a JavaScript framework or a library. It is used to run JavaScript on the server. So callback function is a function that is called when a particular event that is registered in the Node.js framework occurs. So now when the event is triggered, the callback function, the input is passed, and the processing of the next statement continues. When the callback function, uh, which is running in the background, which is running in the background, is completed, it may or may have written value and sends the data to the sends the event the data or the output. So now how to install and configure Node. I have already installed and configured. So for Linux Ubuntu, you need to type this command in $prompt sudo apt get install Node.js. This will install this this will install both Node.js and npm, that is the Node package manager. So npm is a node dependency manager which manages all the dependencies from a package.log file. So we will write node npm a dependency manager that binds and includes all the dependencies for the application of Node.js to run. So you see, npm is node package manager. So it is a dependency manager that binds that one package dependent on the other. Then if A is dependent upon B, then when it is including A, first it includes B and then it includes A. So it's a dependency manager that binds and includes all the dependencies for the application of Node.js to run. So when Node.js is installed, npm is also installed. So for if you want to install, suppose I want to install Babel, so I will write npm install Babel. So it will install Babel or Babelify. So these package dependencies are a JSON file. Package dependencies are stored in a package log.json file. So JSON, everybody knows JavaScript object notation. So what will happen is when you run uh, the npm install Babel, it will find all the packages required for Babel, and then it will install the dependencies first and then the Babel. So we will see now we will just revise it. I'm sorry for we forgot for Windows. So this was for Linux. Now for Windows, it is simple installer file. Just go to https node.js.org. So inside that, click on 64-bit uh, the 64-bit Windows. After clicking on this, download will start. Download of .microsoft installer file will start. You just need to follow. You just need to follow the instructions, and the installer will take care of all the things. So now we will just revise one by one. Node.js is a JavaScript framework or a library that is used to run my JavaScript on the server. So what is the callback function? Callback function is a function that is called when a particular event is registered in Node.js occurs. So when the event is triggered, the import is passed to the callback function, and the processing of the next statement continues asynchronously. So this is an asynchronous. Asynchronously in a separate thread. There are different threads. So when the callback function is running in the background is completed, it may or may not have any return statement, but still when it is completed, it sends the event, the data or the output, and then it will use it for its own business logic. So now how to install and configure. For Linux, you want to just type sudo apt-get install node.js. So this will automatically install node and npm. So to check if node and npm are installed, just type node minus v and npm minus. So here I will just you can say I will show you the path. So now we will come to the practical. We have enough of theory. So now I will first step is to open the Ubuntu. I will just maximize it. Then I will open Google Chrome for later use. So it will be for later. I will select my profile first. This is for later use. So now I am going to the close this. So now I am going to start the coding. So now I will just go to I will create a directory called uh, I will create a directory anything you can name, but for I'm thinking of some. Okay, I will name it as Node.JS, and then in this file I will just run the server npm start. So the server this will start the server at port number 800, port number 8080. Sorry. So to start the server, uh, we need to write a server which listens to. So first thing is writing a server. So now I am going to yeah, I am just going to now Notepad. I will say the recent file. No, notes. Wait a minute. I will just open the concepts dot yeah. With this we were here. So now we are going to do it for Linux. So you can forget this Windows first time being. So I will make a new file. So now I have just opened the server, but it will not work because no one is listening. So I will just write a piece of code. You will not understand it, but it will be helpful for you to take a look at it once. So this require is a function that is built by Node.js above the JavaScript ECMA script 6 syntax. So this require HTTP is a module. So you will learn modules later on. Just let me create first a server. To create a server, we use this create server. So this create server, what we will do is it will take a function that will have request, response as its parameters. So in that the response, I will write response dot write hello world, and I will end the response in the response stream, and I will just add a listen, and I will listen on port 8080. So beginner. So now in this, what we have done is we have created a HTTP object using the require function. The require function just imports the modules, and you have to pass the module name, and that module will be imported. So now the HTTP.createServer method is a method which is used to create the server. But since this is a Node.js application, it doesn't wait for the response to come. It just listens to it just continues to run in the background. Like suppose if I have sent a request and response, So the first step is it creates function will have it will send the data to this callback function. So I will send a request and response. So from the client side, from the server side, this HTTP module that is JavaScript running on the server will create the server and it will send the JavaScript request and response variables to the server. Use this. So this whole thing is JavaScript ECMS script 6 edition. So mainly what is happening is whenever I wanted to create a server, I am using JavaScript. But JavaScript I am using because of Node, which is written above JavaScript. So since I am using JavaScript, I am able to create a server and pass the server pass from the client, pass from the pass from the client. Pass from the server to the client. So it will send data from server to client. So now we will just write console dot log hello world, sorry, hello world console. So this is our basic HTTP file. I will copy this. I will paste it here and I will name this as first dot js. So this is you can see the keywords are coming in blue. So I just need to type in the browser localhost the port number 80. Oh, first I have to start the npm. Sorry. So before running a server, we have to start the npm. Oh, sorry, it's not in this directory. It's in Hadoop. I will just move Hadoop to Node.js. Now it will. Now I'll just now server has start. Yeah, so the error has been resolved. So now our npm is in this. We have to start from this folder. I mean there is uh, there is an issue here. In this, the components of concepts is there, beginner is there, but there is. I will just take the version of npm. The npm is working correctly. Now I will run npm install. So now I will run npm start. Npm start is not working. First I have to first I will just now it has started. See hello world has been printed. This was our first node application. So now we will try to understand this code. So you can see here I have created a server on the using JavaScript using the of library of Node. So library of Node just provides us the basic modules like HTTP module is there and basic callback functions that have a specific and very detailed different syntax. So this was just a basic. So the main part is you have to mention the port number. You have to create the server. So this is done in JavaScript library, and this function JavaScript will run on the server. This will not run on the client. So the main it looks like it should run on the client, but this runs on the server, and it is ideal for NoSQL databases, and it is non-blocking. So when this server is created, it will not wait for the response. It will continue to take other requests. Now this is what is called as uh, asynchronous programming model. So now in this, uh, it is important to end the response. So end function is called. So suppose I want to write some headers, and then what I will do? Then again we have to write. There is a method. So res is the object the callback function has got from the Node.js function create server. So I will just write head. So this is a header. So everyone knows what are response headers. So if you want to write some headers, you have to write response dot write head. In that, I will write the status code 200, and in that 200, I will write um, object which is a key value in JSON. So the second argument is a JSON object. So in JSON, there are semicolon or the inverted commas for properties as well as for values. So this is the content type, and this is a text slot plain or plain text. So I will save this file now. In I will just save this file in home Gaurav. Then mm, let me see the. We need to see the directory. I will just type node, yeah, node has come. So you can see here in this directory I will save the file as our second dot js. So here I am just listening again to this code, but I have changed the code, so I need to refresh the browser. Okay, sorry, I have not. I have just written hello world. So now I will write hello world hello two times. You see, okay, again I have to start the server. It is showing only once, but I have written it twice. I think. Oh, second. Sorry, I'm just stuck with the first one. File name is changed, so it is second. So here two times hello world as present. So our code is working correctly. So now this was about the content type plain. So now if you want HTML, I will type HTML. In that HTML, I will just type bold. So now this should, I will refresh the browser. See now it just come. So we have completed the basics of what are modules, what are callback functions, and what are response requests, notice ports. So this was about the HTTP protocol. Now we will see the URL module. So let me write my URL. I will just save it. Uh, .js. So now I will again create a server. For that I have to create HTTP again. These two modules are required. So now I will tell you where URL is used for. Suppose I have a GET request. As you know, in the GET request, the query parameters are present in the browser's URL. So from getting the access to the URL, we can do the further processing. That's why I've used the URL for GET request. The second use of URL is to read the uh, response file one by one and print the data which is there in the response file. So now first we'll see the query parameters. So in the query parameters, now get request. In query parameters in a get request. So the first line is http dot create server. That is the first line in every file you will find. Because most of the applications are HTTP based. It will accept obviously a callback function. It will have request, it will have response. So it will now listen to port in 080. In the first line will be let URL, so let link is equal to request.url. So request is the uh, variable which is passed to the server. So the create server has access to the request and the response object. So request object contains the URL property. It shows the URL. For example, if my URL is localhost colon 8080 colon Gaurav, so it will request.url will show. So we will now study how to use the URL package. The first step is url.parse request of URL with true for the query strings. So this URL.parse is an object with many properties. Like the first property is first let me read I will save in a link dot host. So it will be host name. It will store the host name. And let me put the semicolon. So I will let the equal to link dot path name. So that is the path. So suppose if I have slash Gaurav slash post in the URL, so that is the path. Then yeah, host name is that colon port is also there. Colon is a separator between the host name and the port. So let C is equal to link dot search. Search is the query string. So for example is question mark name is equal to GAU Gaurav and ampersand operator value is equal to Shirodkar. So that is the search. So I will just write in the semicolon. As you can see, this is all JavaScript and I'm written nothing. So now, yeah, so this search returns uh, uh, the query string as a string. But if you want to return the query string as an object, you have to write the query keyword. So query is there. So this property will return an JavaScript object like name, Gaurav, sorry, G is small, sorry, and, and comma value is equal to zero. So here is my link query. So now I want to write a head. So response dot write the head as your request is successful, and you will get a content type which is in uh, JSON format. So content type here is suppose it is text dot slash HTML, and text dot HTML I will close the head, and then after writing the head I will just write the body. So the body will be uh, I will just type it name is equal to plus name is your name is Gaurav na? So wait a minute, name plus equal to d dot name, yeah, d is the and plus value is equal to d dot value. So this is my response, and as you can see it is normal HTML. So now I will write one more things like response dot write. I will write A B C and D. So A is equal to A, then B is equal to B, then C is equal to C. So what is the output? We will check. First we will run this uh, command, then we will see. So I will go to the console. I will run this node, and I will just run Google Chrome, and I will just run. You can see name is come, undefined has come, and all others are null. So as request.url creating some problem. In place I will just write my URL. I will write https the webdex.blogspot.com question mark a is equal to 1 and b is equal to 2. So this is my URL I passed. Okay, I need to start the server again. Yeah, you can see it has come, but still I will have to put a delimiter. Since this is HTML, I can write BR text. So I will just now it will be a bit clearer. So A has come correctly, B has come correctly, and C has come correctly. I will just a bit maximize this a bit. So you can see A is the host name that has come correctly without the protocol. Then the path is slash, so it is the root directory, and this is the query string. So this has come correctly. Now uh, uh, the problem is with the query string. Why? Hello friends. Now we will see how this about this code. The name and value are both coming undefined because name and value are not there. It is A and D. So A and B. So we should write. We should not write name and value. So it's D dot A and D dot B. Yeah. So D dot A, D dot B. So it will now return the correct one. Okay, I will again restart the server. So now you can see name is 1, value is 2, and the web dash.block in and the C is 1. Now we will uh, uh, now we have done the basic URL model. So now we'll move to the more difficult different concepts. So let us run it in this file only. So now the concepts that we are going to learn now. Hello friends, now the topic is file system. So the file system handling is done. File system operations are done using fs module. So fs module contains for commands for opening a file, creating a file, reading from a file, then appending to a file, then writing to a overwriting to a file. So these all uh, things are possible using fs file system. So what is the main functions or the main concept behind fs module is you can stream in data, store it in a buffer, and you take the data from that buffer. So it is there is an intermediate buffer which has a small size, but it has a number of blocks. So at each moment it transfers n blocks of data from the server to the client to the buffer, and the buffer from buffer to the client. For these views fs file. So now let me create a fs object. So this is my fs object. I will just rename this as fourth .js. So now we will create the server. For that we have to require http. In http we'll call this function on the server. JavaScript callback function is called. So function contains queue, request, response, and I will listen on port 8080. So now we will have a file handler that has uh, fs dot read file. In that there is a function which there is you can say you get the request and the error. So these two objects are passed to the readline function. After that, sorry, not readline, read file function. So read file as a stream. We have to write to enable the reading as a stream. So now a file handler is there. What happens is we can gain the file contents by writing write head 200 is the status code. Then the JSON object content type is equal to text. Since it is HTML, it is we are going to make an HTML file. I will write text slash HTML MIME. Then it will get, sorry, not a request, it will get a data, it is a file. And since we don't want to use the stream, we will just write read file. So now I will just write the data response dot write data. The data is the file, and then we'll call the close function. So file, this is our file handle. So now the if is order